Hi everyone, sorry about the sunlight there. I'm going to be doing a video that I think you guys might enjoy, and that's going to be bread making. I'm going to show just a basic recipe for bread making, and hopefully this video will record. I'm doing it a kind of a different way with my laptop, so hopefully you guys can hear me and that it's clear. But here we go. I'll try to fix that light right there and lower this so that you can see what I'm doing. Bowl, this, flour, just a second. Okay, so we've got our flour, and we're going to need sugar. Sugar here. Got my salt. Okay, so we've got our gold medal flour. This is bread flour I got from Sam's Club. And we've got our sugar. We've got our salt. We need our shortening. Here's my shortening, Crisco. And I've got my yeast. This is also from Sam's Club. You get 2 giant packs of yeast for like $2. Okay. I got my 1 cup measure. Okay. So first we're going to do 3½ cups of flour. There's 1. 2. 3. And we'll say that's a half. Okay. Tablespoons. Getting my measure. Hold on just a second. I had in my coffee. In my coffee grounds. Okay. Wash that off real good. And that's 3 tablespoons sugar. Alright, now this recipe, you can play with it. You don't have to have, it doesn't have to be exact. So there's 3 tablespoons. But I'm going to do that's 6 because I like more sugar when it's sweet. You can do it either way, but I like it a little bit more on the sweet side. Okay? And then with the salt, it calls for 1 tablespoon salt. Salt from Sam's Club. 1 tablespoon salt. Okay, 1 tablespoon salt. 2 tablespoons of shortening. Okay, here's where it gets a little messy. My shortening. Okay. 1 tablespoon shortening. calls for one more. So we're going to get one more in there. Okay. Here's our second tablespoon. Okay. There's that. Okay. And now we're going to do our yeast. So that's going to be, you're going to get your yeast, which I just took out of the refrigerator. And that calls for 4.5 teaspoons. So, okay, 4.5 teaspoons. This is a half teaspoon because I don't know where my 1 teaspoon measure is. So then that means we're going to have to just do more little scoops. So here is our half. Then we're going to do 8 scoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? That's enough of the yeast. And this will go back in the fridge. Now, this recipe doesn't call for eggs, but I just want to show you for how versatile this recipe is. We're going to use our homegrown chicken eggs. And you know they're homegrown because look how funky these chickens get. Look at the shape. It's so funny. This chicken that we have, she lays really weird, like cone-shaped eggs. Here's another one. These are both her eggs. Like really weird shape. So we'll use these 2 funky ones. Just for fun. Okay? Okay, so we got all our goodies in here. And we've got our shortening. We've got our yeast. Now we just need our 2 1/4 cup warm water. My cupboard. Anyways, you can use milk or you can use water. Either way, just make sure it's very, very warm. I've done it both ways. I've even done it half water and half milk. So whatever way you want to do it. Right now, I'm going to do just water. Really, really hot water. Okay, so let's get that going. I'm going to crack my eggs here. One more chicken egg. Okay, got a little bit of a shell in there. Make sure there's no shell. A little piece. We'll set the eggs aside and put them in last. Okay. Alright, let me get my mixer. A little mixer. close to the computer. There. Okay, that water's hot enough. So shut that off for a second. It takes a while for the water to get hot here. Okay. We got our blender ready. Just want to make sure I don't get too close to the computer because this stuff can sometimes splatter. And I don't want it on the computer. Here's my eggs. Measuring cup. Alright. Hot water. 2 1/4 cup. Okay. This out of the way. Alright. Got this nice and hot. You want the warm water because you want that's what's going to activate your yeast. And you don't want it too hot because you don't want to kill the yeast. You want it hot enough where it will activate them and they can start eating those sugars. Alright, so it says on here 120 to 130 degrees is what you want it. Okay, there's 2 cups. Here's 1 cup. Now I didn't forget my eggs. They're just sitting there because they're kind of cold, so I'm just sit there for a little bit. This is where it gets messy. You can only do this along with this kind of blender. Then you got to stop using it and start doing it by hand. So it gets a little messy. So what I'll do for the sake of not getting it all over my computer, I'm just going to take this off by hand. Put that in there. Okay. This in there. Try to clean that blender off the best you can. Getting all your ingredients in there. Get everything in there. Okay. Okay. Now we've got our handy dandy wooden spoon. That's what it looks like. So I'm just going to stir this around, scraping the sides. Okay. I'm going to my little deal here and get my eggs going. Okay. My eggs in there. And I'm going to start putting flour in. So we've already got 3½ cups flour. This would be cup number 4½. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there, probably about half. And just keep mixing by hand. homemade bread. This is so delicious, so good for you. It's so much not like store-bought bread. When you pick up the store-bought bread, it's so light, it weighs like nothing. This is just a really nice, thick, homemade loaf. So good for you. And you can freeze these too. I froze these loaves and they last quite a while like that. I'm going to add some more flour. I'm going to add that cup, that half cup anyways. Just kind of scrape your sides, get that in there. You want to get your dough to where you can handle it. Right now you can see it's still sticky. Too sticky. Too sticky. Scraping those sides. Let it pick up all that flour. At the bottom, turn that. Get another cup. This will make 5 1/2. I put about half in and stir it again. It's getting ready. It's not quite as sticky, but it's still sticky. Okay. Mixing that real good. All by hand. Making sure to scrape the bottom where it could be sticky. Scraping. Take it off the spoon. That right there. Sticky. We get about a half a cup. So that makes us 6 cups of flour so far. It's not going to need much more. It's about ready to be able to pick up and handle. Okay. Clean and dry the counter off real good. Get you a little bit of flour sprinkling on the counter. Not too much. I push some to the side. It's too much. So I put it aside. If I need it, I'll pull it in. Okay. This will fall out. This here. Flour your hands. Like this. A little sticky. pieces off your hands and just put it right into there. Everybody, I notice they do this a little bit different. There's no wrong way, I don't think. Well, I'm sure there could be a wrong way, but I mean, everybody does it different. Ariel does this different than me. I do it different than her. Everyone has their own little way. I just kind of turn. If I feel it's a little sticky, a little flour there. Sticky here, a little bit of flour. You don't want to put too much flour or make your bread tough. But if it's sticky, you put a little bit sticky here. Put some. You want to do this for about 10 or 15 minutes. Just want to get that stickiness out. A little bit of sticky. At this point, you should be able to handle it. A little bit. Another half cup. You can add honey to this. You can add 1 egg, add honey. Whatever you like. Some people don't like they don't like it sweet, so you don't have to put that much sugar. You could use brown sugar. You can put molasses, sorghum. It's beginning not sticky anymore, and you want it soft and springy, where you push it and it comes back. sticky flour. Let my hand pick up some flour. And then we're going to coat the pan and let it rise for about 40 minutes to 1 hour. Just about done. Okay. We have to start the oven. I start the oven and I put the bowl with the dough with loose plastic over it so that it can get a little bit of heat to it. Some people put it in the oven on low, but for me I found that it's just enough heat from underneath the oven. When the oven is warm, I just set it right on top, and it's just enough heat to get a good rise. I'm not sure when this video will cut off, but I'm going to say this done. Nice and springy. Okay, good. Wash my hands. I got another one here. This one. Oopsie. Okay, we're going to take our shortening and grease the bowl. So that the bread doesn't stick. I'm going to take your shortening, like that. Finish your bowl. All the way up to the sides. Okay. Take your dough. Like that. On the other side. I want to get nice and oily both sides, so when it rises it doesn't stick. Okay? Like that. Leave this right here. You can get a saran wrap. You can get whatever kind you like. Just a loose wrap over it. Not tight. Just kind of a loose little bag. Then you're going to set this on my oven. I usually do it at about 350 and let it get good and hot, which I forgot to do, but it's doing it now. And then I'm going to set this for about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour, to let this rise. And this should devil inside. So take a look at it now. And this is a self-rising flour, so it works pretty good. Now you can use, I believe you can use regular flour. I've used half and half. When I was almost out of bread flour, I just got regular all-purpose flour, then used half of my bread flour, and it works totally fine. So there you go. So I'm going to put this on the stove, and then I'm going to do another video. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm going to stop recording, and hopefully that this downloads. And I'm going to come back with part 2, and then part 3, and probably part 4. Alright, bye guys.